Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, episode 19. We are talking about the 5 most common dating tests that women will put men through and why men hate them. And I think, unfortunately, most men have been through most of these. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments, but if I'm right, please tell me your experience with these. We're going to do a countdown. So number 2 and 1 are really big ones, so hang in there for those. But let's start with number 5. It's the initiating texting first. Women will use this as a type of measure to see how interested a man is in her. So many women will want you to always initiate with a good morning text through the day, be responsive to her texts within like an hour. And even if she goes hours without texting you back, the expectation is really uneven. And then lastly, a good night text to top it off. So men don't like this because many of them do have demanding jobs and they really can't always be responsive within an hour. And they would really prefer a woman to understand that and not use it as a measure of his interest because that's just not accurate. Honestly, what I think most men need women to know is that the amount of texting that he ends up kind of settling into is really based on what he believes she prefers, where there is this balance of pursuing her, but not annoying her. And honestly, they would like her to text sometimes first because it just shows that she does want to talk to him, that she's not just responding because she feels like she needs to be nice. It's that she just actually wants to initiate conversation, and that'll make him feel like he's not always bothering her. Number 4, the choosing her test. This is a big one to look out for, and women will usually utilize this pretty early on in relationships and in dating. Women, unfortunately, a lot of them want to quickly become the number 1 priority in a man's life, which is not healthy. So in order to test this, many women will look for the opportunity to make him choose her over something else that is important to him, whether it's a hobby, friends, or family. Guys, what this could look like is her claiming that she can only see you on Saturday early afternoon, although she knows that that's when you go golfing with your friends every weekend. Men could totally miss this one because it seems genuine on her part if she has a busy life. But guys, it's unlikely that she can't move things around within an entire weekend. So men, when they catch this test, they don't like it because they want to develop a loving partnership with a woman that isn't going to expect him to sacrifice other things that he really enjoys outside of her. And as a man, he also wants her to have things outside of the relationship that brings her joy so that she doesn't look to the relationship for everything. Number 3 is the effort test. Within this one, there is a variety of items that are tested within this category, but it can include a man's effort in planning dates, how he dresses on that date, and how much money he spends on her. Some women will still expect a dinner date as the first date, and if he suggests anything less, she considers it low effort, and he essentially fails the test, instead of her just telling him that she prefers a dinner date. The problem with this is that a lot of men do prefer a simpler first date. That's what I recommend. That is actually what I always preferred, and I think there are a large group of women that also do prefer this. And it's because it tends to be more relaxed and you can get to know a woman in a man's personality to see if there is any attraction there. And attraction can be determined within seconds of meeting. No one wants to sit through an awkward 1 to 2 hour dinner date when you already know there's not that attraction. And as far as all of the other things that can indicate effort, there are a lot of things that he chooses to do with planning the date and getting ready and paying that he happens to choose simply because he enjoys those things. Like, he might really enjoy that $5 burger place, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't like her any less than the guy that wants to pay for her $30 burger because that's what he prefers. Men don't like this as a test because it's not accurate. It's not an accurate measure of how much effort and interest they have towards a woman. So they just don't like it when a woman is pulling more from it than what there really is. Number 2, the jealousy test. This is when a woman will talk openly about other interested guys and possibly exes not completely out of their life, essentially talking about this man's competition. And even worse, she might take actions. She might go out with girlfriends and do things or not do things like giving text updates in order to see how jealous her man gets. And if he gets jealous, that means he cares about her. Men hate this because although they are naturally competitive, they feel that she is choosing to entertain other men. And that is simply unattractive. Look, he wants to pursue her and he's okay with other guys maybe trying because he already knows that because this is a desirable woman, that there are other men that want her. But when she shows him these other men, she talks about them, it means that these other men are drawing her attention successfully. And that is what's unattractive because he doesn't want her attention to be anywhere else while he's investing in her. That makes him want to withdraw. He doesn't want to continue to invest in something that is just keeping her eyes open for all the options. And lastly, number 1 is the loyalty test. This can be small to huge. It can go as far as hiring somebody to slide into his DMs to literally test his loyalty within the relationship. Men don't like this because the bottom line is that it means that she doesn't trust him, even though he's probably given her no reason to not trust him. And because it's such an unnatural setup, he's bound to say or do something that is wrong in her eyes. Even going as far as him just responding to the DM. She could see that as an automatic fail, even if he clearly rejects the girl's advances. So it's really most likely going to result in bad feelings within the relationship. Any sort of loyalty test is a no-win. It's a no-win. Like it's very rare that a man will actually pass this at all. And honestly, I think that most women that are putting men through this loyalty test, she either has a history of being hurt in the past and she really thinks that this is a real solution, but she's really just kicking herself in the butt because no relationship is going to survive through this. And men don't like it. They don't want this unhealthy dynamic. So that's it, guys. Those are the 5 relationship tests. Let me know in the comments if you've been through any of these and what your stories are. I'll see you next week.